Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Morning Markets here on the True Potential YouTube channel. All in a very good mood here today because we've got Kevin Kidney, Investment Director, on, and also some good positives to talk about in yesterday's global equities. So do you want to start with that, yesterday's markets, which we can also see along the bottom of the screen on the ticker?
Morning, Graham. So a strong day yesterday led by the US, and the reason for that will be the emerging signs of disinflation in the US. So that is global oil prices are near 11-month low. That will very quickly feed into US petrol pump prices, should drag US headline CPI down lower into the autumn and into the winter. And that really gives some sort of stimulatory effect for the economy there, and that's what equities are probably trying to capture in the price right now.
Yep, so that's good to see. And back home, in terms of Liz Truss, British Prime Minister, new government, any comments on that? Any more further market reaction or things to look at?
Huge market reactions, which aren't probably obvious, just if you look at, say, equities or the currency this week. So I think it's important to say that the biggest event this week is not Liz Truss's elevation to PM, but it's her policy announcement, which is coming later today on energy prices. And
what's the expectation on that? What are we thinking?
Well, so it's pretty clear that the existing energy price cap is going to be done away with and replaced by an energy price freeze. Energy prices for households are going to be frozen at the level they were in April this year. We're not going to see the increase forecast for October, not going to see the further increases expected to January, April next year, and that likely caps the average household bill about £1,100 lower than it would have been had they not done anything.
So in terms of the consequences of that, what are the positives, what are potential negatives as well? What would the effect on inflation be?
So the most profound impact is going to be on inflation. So if we think back just 4 weeks, the Bank of England had forecast UK CPI going to around about 15% by Christmas time. If we assume this price freeze comes in immediately, then CPI likely only rises modestly from here to about 10.5%. But just as importantly, it really starts to fall quickly into next year.
Yeah, and we do have a chart which we'll put on screen to just illustrate that for our viewers. Just in terms of other things for viewers to consider, what would it mean for interest rates in terms of what we're seeing there?
Well, this is the challenge then for the Bank of England, because one of the things they were worried about was inflation, but they were open saying it's beyond their control because it was largely to do with energy prices. So it makes their job a little easier if the government action now brings inflation down quicker than it would have otherwise. The other positive, though, is that the UK jobs economy is very, very strong. So it's likely the Bank of England's language shifts more towards trying to keep the economy in some sort of balance with regards to jobs, not letting it get too tight. So we're unlikely to see any change in the interest rate policy, which is interest rates are going higher. Historically, they're going to be very high versus history, given we're so used to low interest rates. And we're likely to see another 50 basis point increase in the base rate at the meeting this month.
Yeah, and that's something we'll continue to monitor and update on Morning Markets. So just wrapping everything up today, what does all this mean for our True Potential clients?
Well, one of the beneficiaries has not been the pound sterling, so it's great that most of our investors have some of their allocations overseas, so they benefit from the weakness of sterling. We still remain positive on the US economy. A large part of our equity allocations are in the US, so the US rebound yesterday is good. So being focused on the economies which can grow the most, the US, and also being somewhat realistic about the ability of sterling to outperform benefits the portfolios which have an allocation overseas.
Yeah, so we'll keep you updated here on Morning Markets, and also tomorrow a very special Do More With Your Money show, because we've got a super strong panel with Chairman David Harrison, Chief Executive Daniel Harrison, Chief Investment Officer Jeff Casson, and we'll be talking all about Liz Truss, the new government, the new policies, what it's going to mean for you. I'll call it right now, this will be the best episode of the year. Please do subscribe to the True Potential YouTube channel, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
If you're interested in taking your investing to the next level, or would like to know more about the options available to you when you retire, then download our free guides to ISAs and pensions. These are available in the video description below.